Peace. Now, this is another dose of your daily schooling, your daily soul, your daily blackness. All those terms right there refers to the universe, because soul means in ancient times means sun. Thus you have solar man or sun man or solar, you know. Blackness is the universe. The universe is black. And we need this on a daily basis. We need all these positive propaganda on a daily basis, because I'm out here in the garden. Man, my garden has grown since the last time y'all seen it. Just got through cutting the grass, and I'm going to drop on you some science. Leaving off where we left off yesterday, today is September the 6th. Yesterday was Labor Day, September the 5th, 2016. And I'm over here in the woods. I call it the woods, Hopper Woods. I used to be in Detroit. 2 years ago I moved over here. And not because I wanted to, but my son, we was in a difficult situation, so my son let us live in his house. And so it looked like he had a house ready for us. So excuse me, I'm fanning mosquitoes or whatever. But we used to have a black landlord, and he wasn't conscious-minded at all, black conscious at all. And anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. But yesterday we were talking about game. Recognize game when it's in your face, or recognize game when you see it. And all game is recycled. And this I'm referring to when I say game. I'm referring to science. I equate game with science because psychology is a science. You know, it's a study of the mind or the brain. And game is basically psychology. You know, so all game is recycled. You know, all you new school brothers, you're learning from the old school brothers. Street game is a trickle down version of world game. And when I say world, I'm talking about this system. A system is a thought, you know. So basically, we're dealing with positive and negative. And the psychology in this system is to appeal to your lower nature. When we go to the Bible, we're talking about in the garden when the serpent seduced or beguiled Eve, and then she seduced her husband into the satanic system, which is your lower nature. out of your lower nature evolved a people from what we call the brown germ or the brown gene that one of our scientists grafted from us. And we are studying this these people, and we are letting them master us for a period, for a certain period. We're letting this mind master or mask the higher mind. And we often say that gold is valuable, but there's nothing more valuable than the brain or the mind and the soul of human people. So we are we are out here, breathing on YouTube, as we say. Speaking of game, all game is recycled. If you notice, when they settled this country, the Native Americans schooled them on how to survive over here. And once they did that, they massacred a lot of the Native Americans. Anyway, the Native Americans end up on reservation. A whole lot of Native Americans were sellouts. A whole lot of what you call slaves, black slaves, were sellout, emulating the Caucasian, the master, slave master. And you heard of Willie Lynch. That was a science that he dropped on his people. And then Master Farad Muhammad was a scientist of extreme intelligence, which we say Allah came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And he dropped his science on Elijah Muhammad. And we needed a daily flow. We need a daily flow of science, a daily propaganda tool that we need every day, because there's so much negativeness in the television, negativeness in the movies, radio, on the music, and there's very little positive alternative avenues that we can go down. So I'm not expecting too many people to agree with me on the way I talk, the way I speak, what I say, and I'm not apologizing to nobody, because I fear nobody. And your opinion don't really mean nothing to me. Every day we run the same game on each other that the slave master or ex-slave master or the slave master's children run on us. It's recycled and it trickles down to the street level. And we, in our families, you see daddies raping their babies. Because this is how he used to live. The Caucasian used to live in the caves. When he was up in the caves, he had dogs. You see blacks, so they got all their dogs, you know. They see the white man with these little funny looking dogs. They gotta get dogs. In the Quran, it tells you that in the caves, they were with dogs, lying with dogs. Women had sex with dogs. That's why you got the wolf man. They have sex with all kind of animals. And they are practicing that today. Pedophiles, you know, they didn't have no rules or regulations. They had lost the knowledge of self, the knowledge of God. So they didn't know nothing until Moses came. But what they did was they took the little negative knowledge that they had and they perfected it and elevated it, passed it on to you. You pass it on to your brothers and sisters and your children. And that's where we at now. So we're going to come back in the next segment and speak some more on this. Recognize game when you see it. If you notice the chessboard, we were speaking about the chessboard. There's no other game that simulates life or what we're living in. Is the chessboard, the chess game. Because you got to use strategies. And right now, we in check. I'm talking about the black man. When I say the black man, I'm talking about the red, I'm talking about the black, the brown, the red, and the yellow. And even in some instances, the Caucasian, the white man, and the so-called white man. And you say, well, there's nothing really white, there's nothing really black. The universe is black, pitch black. Remember that movie, Pitch Black? That's another movie I recommend. The Chronicles of Riddick. And I want you to look up Quest for Fire and The Chronicles of Riddick. Another movie I want you to look up is Burn with Marlon Brando. And They Live, another movie. You already seen The Matrix, and you know where it's coming from. But we watch it and relate it to what's happening now. Also, I want you to go into the New Testament, study the history of the Testament of Jesus, because we're going to be touching on that. Jesus saying, be in the world, but not of the world. And be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So I'm coming back later in the next video. Right now, peace.